Hey guys, you wanted to have psychic powers? Well, I have them, but it's not about reading the future. It's about being so fucking smart that like I know what's going on. Basically, I can understand the situation that people are in and how to get out of it or how to squeeze value out of it. I don't know, however, how to make people care. That's a tough one about me. How to advertise my powers, because that would be nice. I don't know where to get courage. You know, I'm still an introvert. Oh wait, I do know. I just need friends, but that's impossible to get. So basically, oh oops, I can't have psychic powers publicly and show it to people or test it or improve it. And instead, I'm just gonna sit on my ass and be YouTube CEO. Thank you very much. Technically, just like in the corporate world, there's a ladder. All right, and YouTube CEO is technically also a ladder, and because you have to take care of so many people, so many big people, and I get to choose which ones I like. To be honest, so that's cool. But most importantly, I have to learn. And technically, I get to also choose my skill set as well. Except, not really. I have to be interconnected with a lot of different people too. Alright, from all kinds of angles. And have to find the centerpiece. So intuitively have to find how to, well, align my chakras. That's how you do it. Align your chakras probably means you're in the middle of different sort of people. Like everything means something completely different because the moment you forget the meaning of align the chakras or see the future is when you're just becoming a mystical idiot. You're just saying words that mean nothing. But if you're looking for meaning and only meaning and you talk with opinions and you try to have conversations, now you're developing psychic powers, which is like just ability to recognize patterns and logically explain things. But you do avoid science and statistics and all that shit. You talk through experience, uh, and only the things that make sense will, be taken into account. I don't know why I'm deleting this. Why I'm so desperate. But yeah. So as you climb, you might define yourself a slightly different sort of a person. And I could just stay here, right? I could just be a psychic. But will people recognize me as YouTube CEO if I become a psychic and start telling people? Sure, sure. Um, it's not really respected as a position when you're surrounded by science as well. You have to fight against that. Some people are respectable, and some people want to fucking throw a one-liner of how how they feel. Because I don't care that much. It I don't care about people's feelings when they can't express them properly. You're just being an asshole at that point. You're just trying to disrespect me. You're just trying to waste my time and get into my head, which is not gonna work. But it's very annoying that people do try. Alright? It just shows lack of morality in everyone's minds. Because after you try, like, nothing happens. Like, I cannot get a conversation. I cannot get anything. They just shat themselves in front of me. That's not expression of emotion. That's just a shit. And a lot of NPCs do it. They just even if you have boiled them up and made them really mad, sometimes they just make a brick of a text and then run away. Sometimes they do a vague little thing. So with Discord, it's like three-liners or a little bit of a break, and then they disappear, and like it's a question. Yes, I'm just talking about one server because I have nowhere else to go because I get blocked all the time when I start talking because I talk more than other people because I have to defend myself usually. Like, I have the requirement to defend myself and my ego because, like, I can't give up any land that I get to control. I'm a fucking introvert. I need it. You know, I just need it for my sanity, bro. Unless you argue with me successfully. And it's very disrespectful when people just fucking take that away from me. Yes, conquering land is illegal apparently in the world of internet. But the way to conquer land is to use it better than other people. That's what conquering is actually about. It's not about wars. It's not about borders and disagreements. It's about using the land for better purposes. Yeah, the psychic world, boys. I'm not here to impress you guys. I'm not here to tell the. Oh wait, I do tell the future. We have seen China fall, Russia fall. We're gonna see Europe fall. It's a domino effect of the apocalypse. And we're already seeing that. I'm already experiencing a twist in my life of like, oh, we want to renovate your home. You will need to pay more than your fucking, apartment costs. Alright, it's just apartment complex. Let's renovate. Alright. I make this video, make this thumbnail just to show you guys how it normally looks like. Technically, this looks just like paint, but it's a little bit more modern, technically. But our house looks completely fine. Just absolutely fine. Maybe you need to fix some pipes or whatever, but it's just a one way to scare people into submitting, basically. Because the amount of money for this paint job is 2 million. Is absolutely nonsensical. You can make a new building like that for 2 million. Thank you very much. So we're basically being ripped off in broad daylight. The funny thing is, they can't even rip us off. They are running out of money, so no one is supposed to sign up because they will not be able to cover for the costs, which makes no sense because you would still sign up. You will still sign up because, like, why not? Eventually, they will do it. So I don't know what kind of fucking stress situation is going on, but for my psychic perspective, I didn't knew this little twist until yesterday. Until I've really got angry and I don't know what to do, but I have to talk to my mom and express my feelings. I have no one to talk to. I'm not connected with anyone. And yes, technically it's my fault. I should make friends. I'm an introvert though, so it's not my fault. You know, you can do better, unfortunately. You can bump into me and then maybe something happens. Maybe you make me more, comfortable with knocking on your door, doing something. You can invite guests. You can get to know your neighbors. I'm an introvert. I want to sit here and work in my fucking room. You know, the moment I knock on your door, I will be angry. I will be upset. You did something wrong. That's the only reason I will knock on your door. It's how it works. And you can't do nothing. I've learned personalities and how there's 8 personalities, but mostly 4 major ones. split into extroverts and introverts. I've learned just the major things about life. Except how to make people care, because I don't know how to do that. They just run away. They just do their own thing. They just shut up and drown me in silence. Or freeze me in silence, because that's more of a freezing thing, ignoring you and all that stuff. So it puts me in a very uncomfortable position for who knows what. Like, I have to develop psychic abilities just to defend myself, just to survive, and it's still going. We're still doing the same thing. Alright? What I wanted this video to be, and why I didn't posted anything yesterday, is I was stuck. Alright? I was stuck dating, and I was stuck not explaining things, basically. I was stuck without a plan. Now I have 50 minutes of material to work with. So basically, maybe I'm digging even deeper than casual if I get stuck. But I was on a date, as I often do, and I check pictures and stuff. And music. Mostly music. That's kind of what's up, because I need an artist, I need someone with content, who knows what they're doing on YouTube. And this one, can you guess which element it is? Fire, water, wind, earth? In fact, I should make a graphic at this point for elements, which I did, but I didn't save it properly. Because now we might have introductions to the video. So maybe next time there's going to be introduction of how elements work. Boom, 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 boom. You don't even need to read this without pausing. So most people won't need to bother with the introduction, but those who are not familiar with my channel will have to bump into this from time to time and try and read it. How satisfying. Because people need to know who I am and what kind of self-esteem do I hold. Because I need subscribers more than anyone else. I don't make videos for just like general public. I make videos for people who need help developing more skills and help feeling good about themselves on YouTube or just in life in general. I want to help everyone. When you have psychic abilities, is not that you want to help people now. I wanted to help people all the way until I'm getting more and more superpowers. You know, it's the other way around, unfortunately. You take responsibilities, and those responsibilities give you power because you're developing skills, because you're using your time wisely. And I use time the way I want, based on my, well, I'm technically a freelancer, not really. Not really. I'm hired by the government to do whatever I want, basically. To be a crazy person. That's how it is. And also you have to redefine things when you're psychic. Whatever happens, you have to find the positive definition and not the negative definition. If you can avoid negative definitions, that's going to improve your life significantly. That's going to make you, more elevated. But holy shit, man. The war around you that will open up, where you're just trying to solve a simple problem, like finding friends. You literally go into war just for that. You think like, oh, when you were a child, it was easy to make friends. But now it isn't. Now I can't find a single one or get someone back and just get an advice on where to find friends. Nothing, bro. You literally have to fucking smash into a person, say that they're wrong, and hope that you will find friends. Again, from a perspective of an introvert, this is how I would express myself honestly. I would bump into a person, and start messing around. Again, just showing my craziness immediately. I don't really like showering too much. I don't really like ex- extreme hygiene or dressing up in a certain way that looks clean. So I don't know what's going on. It's like we're living in the world of NPCs right now. These people are unapproachable, unfriendly. They're just doing their thing without realizing that everyone is doing their thing, and that's pretty fucking pathetic because we're now disconnected. So all these bridges are kind of like hypothetical. And another reason why I have psychic powers is because people are disconnected, so I only get to talk to ghosts, to people who are stuck in my head and what they have said. Everything has more meaning because I can't talk to people. So whatever they have said in the past or recorded something matters a lot more all of a sudden because I can't fucking talk to them. Technically, you cannot talk to YouTubers either. You just can't. You can type any comments you want, anything you want. You will not get to talk to a YouTuber, unfortunately. Maybe if you spend ridiculous amount of time going to some kind of convention, you might squeeze out of YouTuber one-liner of some kind. Congratulations. That's how I feel when people shit on my channel. I went into a convention. I worked really hard for that one-liner that's fucking negative. Okay, no, it's different. Getting a YouTuber one-liner, at least it's memorable, but it could still ruin your life. You know? So I just don't recommend doing unnatural things in general. But when you try doing natural things, you're gonna realize you're a small little shit in the position where you're not supposed to travel very far from your home and all that stuff. You're just supposed to find local ways to earn money and be happy in that sense. Because if you run away, like, you're probably gonna have to come back. I went to UK. I'm like, oh shit, I'm losing all the jobs and it's mysteriously stupid. And I went insane, basically, for a short period of time that, well, incriminated me to some crazy things. Apparently. Because when you say you hear voices in your head, now you're insane. When you hear it for even a part of your life that was not even in the same country. And it wasn't even in my head, it felt like I can actually hear voices. So, not in my head. But hey, whenever you're talking to enemies, they're gonna use everything against you. Like, we're not just dealing with NPCs. If NPCs get a job, they become your enemy because they need to extract value out of society and prove that they're good people because they're rich or whatever, right? Everything is backwards. Enemies have jobs. Good people are homeless and poor. And people in the middle just walking around aimlessly, doing absolutely nothing. Nothing makes sense anymore. And when I say I have psychic abilities, that means absolutely nothing because nobody fucking cares. I'm not evil enough to threaten anyone's life with the psychic abilities. And the reason why people want to see their future when it comes to psychic abilities is they want to be threatened. They want to be like, oh shit, bad things are gonna happen to me. Am I right, little psychic shit? Well, what's gonna happen? Nothing's gonna. I have control over my life. There's nothing you can do. This is mostly what the attitude is against psychics. And it works, because psychics are just as evil people. They're trying to scam you and sell you some crystals or some fucking healing or whatever. And she got scammed basically $1,000. She made a video though, so she's gonna get all the dollars back, which is kind of a wonderful, comeback of what YouTube can do. You can have an experience, show it to people, and you will get your money back. However, YouTubers are shit at doing so she just promoted psychic psychics, basically. I did as well. I'm like, if you click the women that she is highlighting, there's 4 women, and fifth one just kind of ghosted her. But it felt like in relationships, basically. And you should go into it that way. Because if you're going to be describing them in detail, psychics in detail, also, they should be able to, like, read your intentions to some extent. And the reading of the future is just a fluff piece, something to put on top to, as, you know, like, they have to do their job. But the reality is, these women are just there. You know, the psychics are just there to seek for a man, almost. To seek for relationships. Because, like, women are not supposed to be loose and flexing their skills. They don't have skills, all right? Women don't have extreme level of skills of going into the deepest depths. The only thing women can offer is like, oh, where's my man who has money? That's what they can offer. I'm not objectifying or downgrading women. It's just their nature to take care of babies, to make and take care of babies and children, and also and take care of negativity as well, which is even more than like take care of negativity from the man who becomes toxic and becomes sad and angry. He comes from a job drunk or whatever. You gotta clean and take care of negativity as well. And sometimes I get horny, so you gotta suck it up as well. Uh, see, women have to do a lot of things, and in nature, and if we try and downplay nature and say, I have a fluid gender or whatever, you know what I have? I identify myself as a gun. Pow pow, motherfucker! Get out of here, rainbow Nazis. Do like right now we're so fucking loose. Like America is just simply a land of toxicity, a land of where we're just creating more homelessness, more poverty, more inequality, you know, and things are gonna blow up. All right, America is not its former glory because the new glory is the internet. The land of waters or the lands in general are collapsing. Just the physical lands are collapsing because we have the internet to express ourselves and interconnect with whoever we want. So we can actually develop pretty high levels of self-esteem and attempt to connect to people on the internet, but it's not possible right now, so don't worry about it. I'm researching this stuff right now, whether you can interconnect or not. I can't. On the internet, I can sort of knock on anyone's doors, but I will still do the same thing as an introvert does. I will tell them that they are wrong. And people don't want to be wrong, and that seems like a toxic behavior because it is, because I have nothing better to offer, and I'm very much hopeful that it works. You're wrong. Please, answer my fucking call. Alright? And maybe it opens up a lot of eyes. Every single video I make should open eyes immediately. Of like, maybe there's a friend that is telling me that I'm wrong, giving me advice out of nowhere, which I don't like, but maybe they're just trying to talk to you, you know? So the same thing goes here. Maybe these women are just trying to talk, get a man to take care of them, so they don't have to have a stupid job. The best they can do is, like, they can be a man's assistant, right? Of like, oh, you want an appointment with an actual psychic? Just like, again, there are people who have muscles, who have actual skill to lift weights, and then there's women who get knocked out by an average man, even if they're way above average in terms of their athletic skills, let's say, you know. So unfortunately, it goes all the way around to with every skill, because women cannot just physically detach themselves and run away into the shadowlands where hard work is happening, because they have to take care of children and find good emotions. Where there's extreme work happening, you will never find positivity. It's always negative. It's always hard work and people can stab you in the back. You know, I need a home to come back to. I still rely on my mother because I need it so fucking bad. You know, I need a person like that right now. My mom is never gonna break. All right, my mom knows what she's doing. She has lived a life. And now she doesn't live a life, but one thing she knows how to do is continue holding on, you know, and looking after me. And just, you know, that's how long people live right now, just to make sure that their children are like completely 100% are secure. Because right now, in the world of NPCs, people can come up with all sorts of strategies to try and extract value out of you, try to force you to have a family. All sorts of fucking weird things are gonna happen to me in the future that still haven't happened while I'm fucking 30 almost. Bro, I still haven't had a girlfriend. Shit is gonna happen that I can't deal with because it's so fucking stupid the way world works right now. So I need psychic abilities just to survive, just to be a normal person in the shadows. You know, a normal person where you know I will survive. You know I will do whatever it takes to survive, but it's still goddamn difficult, man. But in the shadows it's always difficult, so don't bother trying to explain that. But what's kind of very difficult to explain is what's blocking me from exiting the shadows. Because those are reasons I cannot explain, right? If there's a blocked door and I cannot open the door, if there's a key requirement, if there's something on the other side that's blocking the door from opening, I don't know what to do. Someone put a boulder there. I don't know why. All right? I can only try and destroy the door and the boulder and find all these scared people of like, oh my god, I didn't want you to get out. I didn't want all these shadow people coming out. But I'm sorry, bro. You didn't want that because you gonna go there. You're gonna go to the shadows. Most people create a blockage, create a wall basically for shadow people just naturally because they think like, oh, if a person is not clean enough, if they don't have enough skills, we shouldn't allow them to have a job. And all of a sudden we just built a wall that creates such inequality, such tremendous problems in society that the apocalypse inevitably occurs. All right? We start with COVID, destroy businesses, scare people, show how government is corrupted and wants a lot of power. Then we switch to businesses. Oh, there's a war over there. My prices are twice as big now for some reason. Oh wow, what happened? Because you were scared because they're gonna pay more. Oh, you want that toilet paper again. Oh, oops. You know, and just it keeps going, and it will not stop until this wall is broken. So it will try every single thing. And if it's still not broken, we're gonna get into super apocalypse where things are gonna go down like imagine 4 times the pandemic, 4 times the lockdown in terms of potency, where, you know, armed men show up if you don't sanitize things or whatever. People just put into perpetual lockdowns where everything is like strict and surveilled basically. It's always possible to do that, to achieve that level of insanity. But, well, apocalypse is a natural occurrence, seemingly. I still don't have much life experience. I came up with psychic abilities on my own, so I know I will have them for the rest of my life. Also, let's not forget that I will be the third. Alright, PewDiePie, Mr. Beast. I'm the third one. The G. I will be. Because you have the richest idiots on YouTube running around doing stupid things. I appreciate. We're gonna see if Mr. Beast is Mr. Beast over time. There's a running series, basically. Blah, blah, blah. Stream that. But, and then you have, like, the most respected man who worked every single day. So I'm like, I picked up his idea. And I will pick up the business idea, but, I'll hit the spot. And how will I hit the spot when Mr. Beast is unreachable and he has the most subscribers? Simply, he used Mark Zuckerberg tactic of like, oh, India needs Facebook, right? No, they don't. They invaded Facebook and they wanted to be my friend, and now I have 200 people from India on my friends list. I got scammed immediately. I felt like, oh, it's cool. I'm gonna have friends. No, it's not. Don't think like that. But basically, yeah, this is how much self-esteem I have. It's just Mr. Beast has to start, coughing up subscribers all over his grave, basically. I'm not wishing any bad things. I'm just saying you can only burn for so long until you hit rock bottom of your own strategy. Because he's playing with bankruptcy. Every time he makes a video, he's playing with the bankruptcy of like, what if I run out of reputation? What if people get bored? What if I don't have enough friends? There's all sorts of balancing issues they has to deal with, which is absolutely respectable. It's just, something I can't really relate to at some point, and no one can, and no one should honestly appreciate his videos, despite it being like an event where everyone gathers to see the Mr. Beast event. But PewDiePie retired. Who's making daily videos? See, the structure seemingly has to be always intact. So if PewDiePie retired, that means he's not appreciating Mr. Beast. Because everyone has to work together. And then I show up, and then I remove channels. As YouTube CEO, I will take a position of power. And I already am powerful enough to say what my future holds. Because I am determined to get there. Alright? And I'm determined to get Ariana on board to make sure this definitely happens. And I already had a connection with her. That is very difficult to deny. May 28th, guys. May 28th. What is May 28th? And obviously there's someone up there to be the fourth one to finish, the bloodline, basically, of 4 people with different elements. Yeah, the bloodline has nothing to do with blood. It just has to do with different personalities taking empty space. That's what bloodline is, guys. You're not gonna fuck yourself into a bloodline, unfortunately. In fact, how does blood differ? Everyone should be in the same bloodline, right? Everyone should be a descendant from the same place. Well, they're not. Because it's a constant evolution where you have to fill in empty space. Empty spaces actually deserves more respect than your father and mother. Alright? Empty space where you can actually do something freely, whatever you want to do. That's what empty space is about. You have your toys, you can do whatever you want. You grow up, you have your job, you can do quite a lot of things. And you get money, then you do whatever you want with money. So your life, whatever you find freedom, whatever you find that you can do things better than other people and you're going to be respected, then you can be more free that way. This makes me feel like if PewDiePie is gone, Mr. Beast is going to slowly lose sanity. Because we need this structure, it seems like. And I will need to build this structure myself. Who knows? That's my, psychic suggestion. I'm not saying that's gonna happen like that, but it feels like it's just a natural pattern, and I want to have friends who occupy this empty space in that particular way that has been showcased. Again, these could be completely different people, because I don't think I respect PewDiePie and MrBeast that much, and they don't respect themselves that much, because they will have enough of whatever they have generated, right? Oh, I have generated enough subscribers or whatever, and they give up at some point. So the quest is to make an actually sturdy thing. Technically, it is sturdy because it's made out of time itself. Like, they have been the biggest people at their period, right? At the empty space that they have occupied fully, right? They could have done whatever they wanted in that period. So maybe uh, active platform is not really how it's supposed to work, but I still believe in it for another reason. There's a structure of a clock. Yes, it goes like this, and things change basically accordingly, right? But we just have an infinite clock, to be honest, infinite number that goes into the end, the 4444. I can't do the last four because what? Because problems, guys. Uh, but yeah. So if you get to this point, the pattern breaks down. Normally, the pattern, if you just take random numbers, you're gonna see this pattern, right? You have digit number one uh, occurring more times than the other digits. But I was like, I feel so useless to society, but so useful at the same time. I don't seem to find a place. And I don't, because I'm now level 2. I'm this rank. And things have changed. So if only thing I had to do is just watch TikTok and try to regurgitate my own TikToks, I would be successful. But if I try to find success on TikTok, I will not be successful personally. I will not feel success because I don't belong in this generation. The generation is technically has shifted at 2020 when TikTok kind of blew up. Perhaps it spawned a new generation, and now we're in the apocalypse because everything changed. Just because we went from this to this, everything changed. Literally everything. So these things that have been built, like government loses their platform, society loses their platform, and businesses lose their platform. They have to reinvent themselves fast enough so they don't break and crumble into pieces. Everyone has to reinvent themselves constantly, which is annoying, but there's a reason for it. Humanity has improved. That's the reason. We're still moving forward in time and improving ourselves. Sometimes we can get stuck on this number, and then bad things are going to happen because that's not how consciousness wants to stay. It will feel like tremendous amount of pain if we do that, and humanity will start fading out of existence really quickly. The only alien threat is just staying in one place and being bored and stressed out, and all the bad things happening and accumulating, and there's no escape basically. Everyone dies unless we solve the problem of not being able to move. That's the real threat that happens all the time. We can all just die. So if you do reach the 444, which I still cannot, manifest because of the rule that's in place. But if we reach that, we just fill up the cup. It's just a box of numbers. Every number occurs same amount of times. So basically, I am pretty useful right now as it stands. But not really. I shouldn't even look at it that way. I'm very useful at the start of things, to start things and to start a movement in a way. There's society, there's a lot of people bumping around, and then there is a community where you categorize people into groups, into doing certain type of jobs. So I'm that guy who can manage these sort of communities. This has nothing to do with this. I can't really connect it. I don't know how we branched off, but I needed to say that. So yeah. Technically, everyone establishes their own way, and I think still the only people who deserve respect and praise are not the ones who occupy empty space, because occupying empty space is easy. The ones who deserve respect are the ones who survive. Because YouTube and any other platform is very difficult to manage, and you have to have proper purpose and proper amount of care, where you will keep on growing indefinitely, and when you truly need it, you're gonna be there. Creating a more solid structure basically for someone else to rise, and you might still be like an invisible force for most people, but I will see it. I will see it when it happens. So potentially, Mr. Beast has some kind of support system from the past. I don't think he relies on PewDiePie, because you have to have a YouTuber basically that you watch. I know what it is. I know what the support structure. Oh my god, you guys gonna be blown into pieces. Japan, anime, Naruto specifically is support system for Mr. Beast. Mr. B is a character in the series. So here you go. While he was counting, he says, I was watching Naruto, because he had to strategize on how to count to insane amount of numbers to appear like a crazy person just to attract people. Naruto is his thing, so we could, break down Naruto. Naruto also kind of lost its foundation. Now there's Boruto, which is also very funny because we have B, over here. But yeah, that's his foundation. As long as Boruto is alive, basically, Mr. Beast is alive. As long as people care about Naruto universe and amplify its effect, Mr. Beast will live. The moment Naruto is gone, bye-bye, you're just a crazy person. That's what it is, because what experiences you create, like crazy experiences, the ones that you have to make sense of every single time, because if that breaks down, you go all the way down to zero. So if you want to destroy Mr. Beast, you have to destroy Naruto. This is a tough one to do, unfortunately. Or fortunately, whoever on whichever side you are, I'm just like, all right. I will repeat my point, because there's gonna be Mr. Beast, again, this whole Ring of Fire event, which is gonna last 23 more episodes potentially. We're gonna investigate Mr. Beast to a disgusting degree, basically. And again, I wish people talk to me, because I have so many superpowers. I'm like, please, am I not cool that I can figure things out like that? The funny thing is, they will not be able to keep up. So when I say that I have superpowers, they're gonna be like, oh, so let's go do things. And I'm already like ahead of them. By the time they said let's do things, I already have more superpowers, and they don't even know how to talk to me anymore, basically. Because that's how fast I move in this ladder, basically. Not that I'm defeating big YouTubers, I'm just changing the definition of who I am, so people can't talk to me anymore, because I, as a person, have changed. And I talk in a much higher level, basically, or higher frequency. And I can't take their negativity, basically, as well. A lot of people got purged out of my Discord, and some people survived, but they can't talk to me anymore. When I try to talk to them, I just realized how fucking pathetic they are. And every single time, the same thing potentially will happen. I will improve my consciousness, and we'll see how pathetic people are who are attracted to me. You know, that's a tough one to deal with. But my mom is still around, so potentially she's higher consciousness just waiting on me. Because older people sort of get into a higher level, but you have to keep them close. If older people want to be alone, then they're kind of worthless. If they want to keep their distance, they're kind of a different sort of creature to you, right? Distance makes the difference. Whoever is your roommate is technically your family member, because they're the closest one, and you get to know them very well. So I actually finished my bloodline. The only thing I needed to do is add Monica into the mix. Monica is the wind element. And PewDiePie actually, again, in my dreams, he screamed on my balcony her name, because he's known for that. He's known for making a Monica music video, and I was like very attached to that, because like, wait, Monica? That's my crush. This is not Doki Doki bullshit. This is literally my crush. I need this. I need this moment. I need to capture this moment, and my brain has been able to buy up PewDiePie's appearance in my home while I wasn't even home yet. I was going to go home from UK, and basically PewDiePie just did the most magical thing ever. One appearance, and that was enough. While MrBeast trying to appear over and over again in my dreams. But potentially, MrBeast maybe appears every time I improve my consciousness, maybe? That would be nice. Maybe if I leave people behind, MrBeast just takes them away for the trip of sadness. That would be kind of nice. Like, there was a Minecraft motive, and I left a lot of Minecraft friends. There was maybe programming motive, or like gadgets creation motive, so they took that. I don't know what I'm talking about, by the way. I just saw MrBeast inventing different gadgets or whatever. Superpowers. But I somehow left that? I don't know. There was a shop. So I did left a lot of shops. Like I only go to a local store at this point. So potentially whatever the big chunks that I leave behind, MrBeast just takes that immediately. Like, oh, I'll take that. MrBeast, the cleaner of dreams. Yeah, thank you. Kind of literally, because Dream exists, on YouTube, but he shouldn't be called Dream, he should be called Cream. Because Cream is so much more powerful than Dream. Instead of D, you get a C. That's pretty good. And it's still coherent, so you have to take that, Mr. Dream. It's the only way out of a nightmare, because Dream can always turn into a nightmare. I'm just saying, don't pick names that have a shelf life, because people will be offended when they type onto YouTube Dream. They get a fucking Minecraft YouTuber. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's very useful for me. So that's coming to an end. I didn't even talk about the video. I just went on a tangent beyond comprehension, basically. I keep reinforcing my position as YouTube CEO over and over again until people care. Yes, you guys cannot contact YouTubers, but you can give me enough views so I become intimidating to other people. And, again, if you just keep watching my videos, even put them on the background, you're contributing to, of how YouTube actually like works. YouTube doesn't work in terms of viewership, on terms of how many people click something. It works in terms of how much time you spend on which channel doing what. YouTube needs to know what you like to do. So tell YouTube what you like to do. All right. It better be me though, cause I'm goddamn greedy now. I am getting greedy, cause time is of the essence. I don't want to miss my shot, man. That's a pretty good shot. Again, being the greatest, however, is not really good for me. It seems like it has a shelf life, but you know, do I really want to make history? Maybe I would. Technically, I don't really have a choice if I want to interconnect with the greatest pop star besides Taylor Swift. The Taylor Swift rival, basically. That's pretty good. Having that title, it's still pretty good. And if Ariana just farts on her YouTube channel 3 times, she would still be the greatest very quickly. So no problem, guys. I need that, and I need this title, and I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna do my thing, basically. I'll actually... my life is not gonna change that much. Like, it's always been stressful, and my life is not gonna be changed that much. But maybe finally I'll be able to go out into the sun and enjoy it, and tan myself just as much as Ariana did. Just become a black person. Fuck yeah, let's go. The greatest racism of all time, apparently, is not letting people outside into the sun and encouraging them to do so. There's no reason for me to go outside. Alright? I would be a lunatic if I didn't have a reason and I still did something. Alright? It's like if I buy a can of Coke and I'm not gonna drink it, so I have to put it in a trash. Like, it's a lunacy, right? So the same goes to the sun. I could get more energy from the sun. I could be healthier, technically. But why do I need that if there's no love that pulls me outside and shows me that this is a win-win situation? It's not a win-win situation. I get more energy. I get exploited, basically, by people. I don't know how to defend myself. I bump into very hostile idiots who want to just pick on you and start a fight. I can't do that. I can't go outside that easily. So I could identify myself as a black person simply because maybe I would be a black person if I just went out to the sun for long enough. Obviously, that's not how it works, right? But people get a tan. People can sort of go halfway into being black. Maybe there's some kind of special sauce you need to go full black. Well, going full black means that you live in Africa, so I honestly... And also, it's irreversible tan. So now it's in your DNA. And now I am still racist, unfortunately. Because that's weird. That is weird, and that probably turns you into a completely different human being, because I still haven't found a black person that calms me down and makes me think, okay, everything is fine, Gurunext. They're not evil. They're not evil. I can't do that, though, because they kind of are. They kind of possess so much energy, so much stuff that just doesn't belong in society, unless you want an extreme experience, and then, like, oh, of course you're not racist. You're crazy. You're crazy and probably gonna go insane once you get your experience and get addicted to it. Because it's someone's daughter, dude, while she's getting gang-banged by a big peepee. Alright? That's the experience that I have. I'm not Mr. Beast. When you're gonna look into my history, you're gonna be like, wait, he said that? Yes, I did, bitch. Yes, I did. I have the power. Again, if you have enough logic, You have psychic powers. If you have enough reason, you can say anything. Because you have self-defense by your side. Normally, in normal conditions, of course you cannot say certain things, but I can say the N-word sometimes, because I've been called an N-word. Kniga I can say, though, okay? No, I will try to respect people if it's fucking easy to do, but I will not respect Google banning words, for example, like black hole or some bullshit like that. Like this, at some point I can't respect something, you know. And if YouTube will embrace more censorship, I will not. No one will be able to respect that, you know. But it is what it is. Even me, as a YouTube CEO, I will not be able to respect certain moves by YouTube because they will just destroy their platform that way. But right now, it seems fair. It seems fair and very interesting because while I'm growing my skills, I'm also growing viewership. You know, there might be a few explosions here and there going on my channel. So this like 150 hours of watch time was kind of an explosion from Mark Passio. And there was explosion of Mark Passio in terms of watch time, so people watch that video a lot longer. And then there is a explosion of Sniper Wolf that gave me the most viral video, 2,000 views, out of nowhere, and no one said anything, basically. It feels like I am dealing with a lot of energies and not much else. Like, these people are not real. The commentators, they're not real people anymore. They sat back so back into their couch, they don't want to exist anymore. They just want to contribute to madness. Because if you're not a real person, I can't really connect with you. You're just a little ghost who just throws paper balls at me during class or whatever. It's like, oh, look at this tall man eat paper ball, and then I look around me and the class is empty. You know, where did that paper ball came from? I try to respect it as much as possible, so maybe I get more of that resource. I don't know. Maybe it's useful. But that's how it works. Like, the world is not nice to me. Alright? And it's kind of annoying. So I still couldn't review her, but one thing I wanted to tell you guys, it's very easy to detect a personality. Alright? Very easy to detect. Only thing you have to ask is a person extrovert or introvert? Are they outgoing or whatever? You don't even have to ask that. You just look into their face and their identity is clear. Big eyes. Where the big eyes go? Boom. Alright? The shock. The shocker, boys. And then there is the angry person. And then there is the sad person. Or whatever. And then there's the super happy person who's a fucking psycho because, like, everyone is negative here. So you probably are negative too, no matter how much you smile. Little shit. These are personalities. This is how I figured it out, guys. I was questioning this pattern. Oh, oops, it works. And it's like, oh, well, for the rest of my life, I will be able to detect personalities. How about that for a change? You know, I didn't sit on my ass. I was constantly evolving and making destabilizing patterns of control around me. So essentially, I fell down back home, where I'm kind of safe, where I try to live in UK, but also you can't live in UK because you have to pay rent. But you can. You just have to go back home with a bag of cash. That would be useful if your parents own a home. Alright? When your parents own a home now, the game has changed because you already have a home. You don't need a second one most of the time. Doesn't mean you live in someone's basement. What if strategy has changed? What if everything has changed? Are you still gonna mock people who are virgins and live in their parents' basement? What if everything has changed and you're not supposed to go outside anymore? What if sex is illegal? You know? because you're bonding with wrong people just for the sake of pleasure, but you feel pleasure when you die sometimes. You feel pleasure when you kill someone sometimes. Which one is it? You will never know. Unless you're a moral human being, you will never know how much harm you're doing to society. Because you will love everything either way. You will love pain and suffering sometimes, of whoever and whatever, and yourself included. Life is pretty tough, my dudes. You might want to make correct decisions, and I'm here to help, guys. My psychic readings are free, and that should scare the shit out of you, because you never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes I will leave you hanging in the middle of a conversation. Sometimes you will leave me hanging because you're a piece of shit. And sometimes, well, I will implant bad things onto you because maybe you should pay, actually. Maybe you're rich enough you can pay me somehow. I still don't know what kind of payment method to establish. And probably I can be just as powerful as Elon Musk if I figure out how to establish a payment method. Jesus Christ, because people pay me with their time, but that's kind of shit. I need actual tokens that I can exchange into real money. What do I do? How do I set up a Bitcoin wallet when it's so fucking difficult to do so? It's so difficult, guys. Bitcoin wallet is like the most complicated puzzle of all time. Anyone who flexes their Bitcoin wallet, I'm like, how do you do that? You can't just register for a Bitcoin wallet. I thought it was supposed to be easy, bro. I thought Bitcoin was supposed to be the thing that you just like, oh, I want to have Bitcoin, and you have Bitcoin because you want it. You just download a little bit of a fucking, something like this, maybe even simpler. You know, a little bit of software, and it's like, oh, here's how much Bitcoin I have. Here's my wallet. If we don't have that, we don't have nothing, bro. Technically, this is how many Bitcoins I have. Look at that. 42,000 worth of Bitcoins. I just don't know how to send it to other people. So I keep it all in my vault. You want some? Not only am I a free psychic, I can give you these tokens. I hope they're worth something. Anyway, see you guys next time. Yep. I'm about to press that special button. Bye.